My name is Fathiyyah Doster. I am a preeclampsia and HELLP survivor. I'm also a kidney transplant survivor, and my story goes all the way back to 2010 when I had my daughter. Her name is Aya. She's 10 years old now. But I got to 37 weeks and I went for my routine visit, and my blood pressure was normal. I was 37 weeks. So I thought that, hey, as a first time mom, I'm in the clear, like I'm almost at the end, very excited, very happy. About 3 days after that visit, I started to experience some lower abdomen pain. I decided to call my midwife to ask her, should I come in? What should I do? Something in me just said, just go in, because I just had that discomfort that just would not go away. And I got there to the hospital, and they did all of the preliminary things. They checked my blood pressure, and it just so happened to be extremely high. It was about 210 over 150. To hear that, I wasn't prepared to experience a C-section. I was not prepared at all. And the minute they left the room, I blacked, like the room just got really stiff. I got really, everything just froze and I blacked out. And I didn't learn until later that I had a seizure at that moment. And so when I came to, it was maybe a day or two later. And they had already delivered the baby through emergency C-section. And they had, I was connected to all kind of tubes and hoses and everything. I didn't know what was going on. But the nurse had explained to me that my baby was okay. And I don't remember much of that portion from there. I do remember just being heavily medicated. But it was at that time that I learned later that I had been placed on dialysis. And I was in ICU at that time. They had never had a case like that in 25 years, the doctor told me, the ICU doctor. I remained in the hospital until May 18th, 2010. So approximately 3.5 months, I was in the hospital in ICU, and I transitioned from ICU to the rehab floor, where I was able for the last 2 weeks of my stay to learn how to walk again, learn how to eat again and talk again, all of these things that I had kind of lost all of those functions as I was just in ICU for so long. When I left the hospital, when I was discharged, I continued dialysis. My kidneys were pretty much the only organ that did not recover. I continued dialysis for about 10 months after I was discharged. Fast forward to 2017, I was still doing my routine follow-ups and started to see that my kidney function was declining again. And so 8 years after I had come off of dialysis from preeclampsia, I was on dialysis again because of kidney failure. But I remained optimistic through it all. I was on dialysis for almost 2 years before I received a kidney transplant. And I just received my transplant September 17th, 2020. It's definitely been a lifesaver for me. But that, again, this whole process just lets me know that, preeclampsia and HELLP syndrome is just not, it didn't end with pregnancy. It didn't end with, just delivering the baby and, things are good after that. This was one thing that has the potential to really change your entire life.